Imagine walking into a workplace or classroom where feedback isn't just an annual event, but a daily source of energy, growth, and connection. Picture a team where everyone feels comfortable sharing ideas, voicing concerns, and celebrating each other's successes. That's the power of a feedback-rich environment, a place where communication thrives, people flourish, and progress happens every single day. If you want to transform your organization, school, or even your friend group into a space where feedback fuels improvement and innovation, you're in the right place. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on insights that help you build stronger, more dynamic communities. Let's explore the top 10 methods for creating a feedback-rich environment, step by step, so you can start making positive changes today. The first step in cultivating a feedback-rich environment is to lead by example. Leaders set the tone for any group, whether it's a manager in a company, a teacher in a classroom, or even a parent at home. When leaders actively solicit feedback, respond openly to suggestions, and admit their own areas for growth, they create a culture where everyone feels safe to participate. Imagine a manager starting a meeting by asking, "How did I do in supporting the team this week? What could I do better?" That simple act of vulnerability can inspire everyone else to be open as well. Remember, feedback flows downward only as much as it flows upward. So make it clear that everyone's opinions matter, starting from the top. Second, normalize feedback as a daily practice rather than an occasional event. Too often, feedback is reserved for annual reviews, big projects, or moments of crisis. But to truly embed feedback into your culture, it needs to become a regular part of conversations. Consider starting meetings with, "What's working well?" and "What could we improve?" Encourage team members to share observations and ideas, not just problems. When feedback becomes an everyday occurrence, people stop seeing it as criticism and start seeing it as an opportunity for growth. Third, create safe spaces for honest conversations. People are more likely to give and receive feedback when they trust that their voices will be heard and respected. This means fostering psychological safety, a sense that it's okay to speak up, make mistakes, and be vulnerable without fear of punishment or ridicule. You can build this by listening actively, showing empathy, and responding thoughtfully, even when the feedback is difficult to hear. Confidential feedback channels, anonymous surveys, or one-on-one check-ins can also provide the safety some people need to share their true thoughts. Fourth, focus on constructive, specific feedback rather than vague or personal criticism. General statements like, "You need to communicate better," don't help anyone grow. Instead, aim for feedback that's actionable and centered on behaviors, not personalities. For example, "In yesterday's meeting, I noticed the agenda wasn't clear, which made it hard for everyone to follow. Next time, could you send the agenda in advance?" This approach clarifies what needs to change and how, without making anyone feel attacked or demoralized. Fifth, train everyone on how to give and receive feedback effectively. Feedback is a skill, one that can be learned, practiced, and improved over time. Offer workshops or resources that teach people how to frame feedback in positive, supportive ways, how to ask for clarification, and how to respond without becoming defensive. Role-playing exercises, scripts, and real-world examples can all help build these essential skills. When everyone knows how to handle feedback, it becomes a natural part of your culture. Sixth, celebrate successes and progress, not just mistakes and shortcomings. Feedback isn't only about pointing out what's wrong, it's also about recognizing what's going well. Make a habit of highlighting achievements, improvements, and moments of excellence. Public recognition, shout-outs in meetings, or a simple thank you note can go a long way in building morale and reinforcing positive behaviors. When people see that feedback includes praise as well as suggestions, they're more likely to embrace it wholeheartedly. Seventh, encourage peer-to-peer feedback, not just top-down feedback from leaders. Some of the most powerful insights come from colleagues who work closely together every day. Create opportunities for team members to share feedback with each other, whether through structured processes like feedback buddies, regular retrospectives, or informal check-ins. When everyone feels responsible for each other's growth, you build a stronger, more connected team. Eighth, close the loop by acting on feedback and communicating results. One of the fastest ways to kill a feedback culture is to ignore the input you receive. Make it a priority to review all feedback, discuss possible actions, and follow up with updates. Even if you can't implement every suggestion, acknowledging that you've heard it and explaining your reasoning builds trust and shows that feedback matters. When people see their input making a real difference, they're motivated to keep participating. Ninth, use technology to streamline and support your feedback processes. Digital tools can make it easier to gather, organize, and respond to feedback, especially in larger organizations. Surveys, suggestion boxes, feedback apps, and project management platforms can all provide channels for continuous communication. But remember, technology is only as effective as the culture behind it. So use these tools to supplement, not replace, genuine human connection. And finally, Method 10. Make feedback a part of your organization's DNA by embedding it into your policies, practices, and values. This might mean including feedback as a core value in your mission statement, building it into job descriptions, or making it a regular agenda item in meetings. The more visible and consistent your commitment to feedback, the more it becomes a natural, expected part of everyday life. Let's take a moment to recap these top 10 methods for creating a feedback-rich environment. 1. Lead by example. Show vulnerability and openness at the top. 2. Normalize feedback as a daily practice. 3. Create safe spaces for honest conversations. 4. Focus on constructive, specific feedback. 5. Train everyone on giving and receiving feedback. 6. Celebrate successes and progress. 7. Encourage peer-to-peer feedback. 8. Close the loop by acting on feedback and communicating results. 9. Use technology to support feedback processes. 10. Embed feedback into your organization's DNA. By integrating these methods into your daily routines, you'll foster a culture where everyone feels heard, valued, and empowered to grow. It's not just about improving performance. It's about building trust, strengthening relationships, and unlocking the full potential of your team or community. Why is this so important? Because feedback is the engine of improvement. In a feedback-rich environment, problems are addressed before they escalate. New ideas are surfaced quickly, and everyone feels a sense of ownership and engagement. It's not just about avoiding mistakes. It's about striving for excellence, together. But remember, creating this kind of environment takes time. It's an ongoing process of learning, adapting, and reinforcing your commitment to open communication. There will be setbacks and challenges along the way, but each step forward makes a difference. So how can you start today? Begin with yourself. Ask for feedback from someone you trust. Offer a word of appreciation or a gentle suggestion to a colleague. Speak up in your next meeting or set aside time for a one-on-one check-in. Every action, no matter how small, helps to build the culture you want to see. And don't forget the power of gratitude. When someone gives you feedback, whether it's positive or challenging, thank them for their honesty and courage. Showing appreciation reinforces the idea that feedback is a gift, not a burden. As you work to create a feedback-rich environment, remember that it's not about perfection, it's about progress. Each conversation, each bit of input, each moment of reflection brings you closer to a culture where everyone thrives. If you found these tips helpful and want more insights on building strong, effective teams and communities, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. By joining our community, you'll stay up to date with the latest strategies, tools, and stories to help you lead with confidence and compassion. Thank you for watching and being part of this journey toward better communication and deeper connection. Together, we can create environments where feedback isn't just welcomed. It's celebrated as the key to growth and success. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Which of these methods are you most excited to try? Have you experienced a feedback-rich environment? We'd love to hear your stories and suggestions. Remember, every great culture starts with a single conversation. Start yours today and watch your environment transform, one piece of feedback at a time. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one.